Welcome, disc golf fans, to the Disc Golf Pro Tour Championships presented by Prodigy Disc. We're here in Jacksonville, Florida, watching the final round women battle for the title. I'm Sarah Hokom. I'm joined here by Jessica Weese on commentary.
This is hole 1, and it is 360 feet. It plays through a little creek and over to the left a little bit.
See my first shot, kind of threw a little bit low, cut rolled, little first tee nerves there happening.
It's very windy, if you can tell right now. I was pretty lenient on the board.
Man, you hit that gap shot so good. That was your intended line, right? Or were you trying to go outside?
I mean, I knew if I aimed at that line, if I hit it, or if it turned over, it would be fine either way.
Yeah, this is a tough one, trying to hit that line and get all the distance. But we'll see Kat, with her distance, she's able to throw the hyzer line, even in that right to left headwind. She's getting herself just inside the circle.
That's a good look, but it is very windy out there.
See that flag just ripping right to left. Paige Bjerkaas. Also throwing the outside line, turns it over a little bit too much. The headwind just keeps it flat. She'll have a 100-foot approach or so from the right side.
Here's Sarah with her up shot.
Throwing a little pro discus jokery there. My favorite disc to throw approaches with.
And honestly, I thought that she made it in on the first up shot.
Muggsy with a long look.
Giving it a good run.
Ooh, leaving herself a comebacker.
It's a tester.
Especially on the first hole, man. I hate to have to putt for par from the edge of the circle. Jess with her nice Annie approach. Beautiful look.
Gave it a run, but I knew I didn't want to be far.
Kat for birdie. Boom. Wow.
Drills it.
Wow.
That was a great putt.
Especially on the first hole. Edge
The
of
wind
circle.
died perfectly in time.
Kat stepping out ahead of everybody right off the bat.
Here comes the wind again.
You think she got just like a little champ love, no wind putt there? Is that
It's
Mother
possible.
Nature just loving Kat? Tough left to right wind here. You can see the wind basically just push that right
off the rim.
cage. Yeah.
She gave it a good bid.
Man, we haven't played in the wind much this back half of the season, so it's definitely kind of a unfamiliar challenge out here today.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't really played either since Texas or GBO in the wind so much. So that was a good tester for the end of the year cap off.
So Kat out to an early lead.
Great first hole. It's a nice start. Hole 2 is 510 feet, and there's a double mando on both sides. So you kind of just want to lay it up short and then make it through the mando on your second shot.
So Kat throwing a mid, nice and easy, right to the middle. I'm throwing an overstable outlaw, try to just get a chop hyzer to the middle to give myself an approach.
Yeah, the play is just trying to land right in the middle before those two mandos. I'm throwing a Firebird here just because I know what it's going to do even in the wind.
Great play to the middle. I think this is a really fun par 4. Really plays that second shot, trying to make sure that it's basically perfect. Paige leaving it out a little bit left, making that angle through the mando really, really tough. You know, she did this in the semifinal round as well, kind of pinched herself off. Jess with an approach. Trying to get it close. Is that a Firebird again you're throwing? Or are we throwing
Yeah, I think this was the Thunderbird, actually.
a little more distance.
Yeah.
Nice. Inside the circle. For the birdie. Paige, look at that angle. Oh my gosh.
That was scary.
She's so close to that right side Mando, but she makes it just fine. So she'll have a long look for birdie. I'm throwing a hyzer with a Firebird.
Safe sidearm shot. I think this hole's just Firebird, Firebird.
Yeah, sure. Cat, looks like she's throwing a putter. Flipped up really nice.
Didn't hold long enough. But she'll have a putt.
Yep. Paige with a long look for birdie.
Gave it a run
Ooh.
jump. That's nice.
What's she throwing there? Do you know?
I think it's a judge. Here's Cat for 3. Right off the edge.
Little right. I was thinking she was going to make that after that first hole putt. It was so solid.
I noticed that she kind of changed her
Nice,
putting
Jess.
style a little bit.
Great birdie.
Tapping in for a 4. It's a par 4, so shouldn't feel so bad about that.
Paige also with the 4. And I'm stoked for another short putt, and this time for birdie.
Oh yeah. That's gotta feel good.
Yeah, man, it took me a lot of holes to get a birdie last round, so.
Way to come back.
Yeah, try. So, a couple people at a -1. Everybody's fighting hard. It's very, very early in this final round.
Sarah's up first. This hole is 314 feet, and it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, you got that little low branch that
Super low ceiling.
always seems to get me. I'm just trying to stay so low through that, and I hit it both rounds. And you're inside the circle.
Being tall sometimes, huh?
I don't know why. In practice, I was able to get under the branch, but I don't know what's happened. I don't know what happened in the event itself. Cat throwing the hyzer, lays it out a little flat, but it's stable enough. It'll
It
come
looks
back.
good. It's skipping back to the hole.
So she's inside circle 2.
It's a long look, but it's makeable.
Bjerkaas also with a flat shot. She let it go a little early. It's going to leave her left side.
She'll have a putt right outside circle 1.
Again, I'm throwing a little jokery up shot. Nestle it nice and close. I like those putts. Bjerkaas for birdie.
Oh, man. I thought that was in.
Leaves her a long comebacker once again. Cat to go 2 down. That was a great run.
Almost makes the straddle putt. Here's Muggs. Let's go. Great bid.
And just for birdie. The lone birdie? Is it going to happen? Oh, man. We had some putting woes here in this third hole. Must be kind of nerves, huh?
That basket's got to be tall.
Yeah, that's it.
And we're all
Tap
tapping
in time. Tap in time. So that's 2 out of 3 holes. Muggs runs a long putt and puts herself in position to try to make this long comebacker and misses it. Let's hope she can find her putt here later in the round. Still at -1 for the three leaders, Kat, me, and Jess.
And hole 4's 306, and it's straightforward, but it is raised basket. They made a little sand island, so it makes the putt a little bit more challenging.
along with the branches overhanging kind of that entry zone, makes the putting from far a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
I threw a little bit low off the tee. Jess there off to the left with a long look.
I threw a rock, but it didn't flip up for me.
Kat also throwing a mid.
That looks great.
And wow, she's Park City there.
Having a look at 2 for Kat. That's awesome.
And Bjerkaas, is she throwing a putter there?
She is throwing a putter. She throws her putters really well.
Turned over just a little bit. We've got a little wind out there. We haven't dealt with, so I think sure that has. Well, you can't see it on the flag, but
definitely a little wind.
Lining up a far spin putt. It's a little out of range, but it's an easy up either way. Now, Jess, you got a little gap shot here, huh?
I have to go through 2 trees. It's kind of like a little Y.
Ooh.
But I gave it a good bid. Still pretty far out.
Paige from outside the circle for birdie. Doesn't even look for it. She's just happy to get a 3 now at this point. She'll find her putt later. Kat with the birdie. Extends her lead.
That was a great 2. This is one that you really want to get, but with the raised basket now, you can't really expect to get it once you're outside the circle.
For how short the footage is on this one, it definitely seems to play a little bit longer.
It does.
With that gap shot out off the tee as well, makes it tricky.
Yeah, I was debating between my rock and or my leopard, and I went with the rock, and I came up short every time.
Would you bump up to a fairway there?
I would, but the 2 times that I played it, I both tried to throw the rock.
So hole 5, this one is nasty. 381, par 3, gap shot off the tee, encroaching right tree about 60 feet. It's a right to left fairway.
It is a tough sidearm, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm just playing it safe. This is not a birdie opportunity for me. I'm just trying to get a 3. Kat, however, parked this one yesterday for the 2, which was amazing. I didn't think any of the women could get there, and she proved me wrong. Jess with a great shot, giving herself a circle 2 look. Almost.
I think I'm outside circle 2. In practice, I nailed it, and then, of course, when it came to crunch time, I couldn't get it. Here goes Muggsy.
Pulls it a little right. So she's throwing that overstable distance driver and just barely missed.
Yeah, the shot, I think, is to just get through the gap and turn it over with something stable.
Looks like a hybrid approach there from Kat. Really well placed. Try to scramble her way to a par.
Get up and down from there.
Now, Paige, she kicked right into the woods, but it kicked all the way out to an open area. So she's got a nice, easy approach to get up and down.
Ooh, that one went a little bit long. Right outside circle 1. Paige is going to nail one of these putts, though. She's going to.
A little backhand approach with a clutch. I always feel a little nervous throwing those shots, but I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah,
Beautiful
I'm just trying to
layup.
lay it up with that raised basket. You don't really want to mess with that unless you're closer.
So can Paige find her putt here? She does. She does. Great.
Nailed it.
Scramble.
Even got the replay.
After the early kick, the tough approach, and then a long putt, she's back in it right here.
Let's go. Got a little bit pep in her step now. She's ready to go to the next hole.
Kat with a relatively short tap in here. Easy peasy.
Left side, but it stays in. Count it.
Tap in time, tap in time. I said we wouldn't sing, but we might have to.
Is that what you sing in your head when you tap in?
How'd you know?
I always think of Happy Gilmore. Just tap it in. Just tap it in.
Kat's still in the lead by 1, but me and you are on her tail. And Paige found her putting stroke, so you can never count her out.
Yep, it's time for the comeback for Paige.
So hole 6, 884 feet. OB left. The right side, the backhand, the righty backhand, you kind of have to throw that low flip up, but you don't want to go too far left, but you want to be left enough that your approach is easier.
Yeah, there's trees on the left and OB sidewalk on the left, but there's also trees on the right that you do not want to get into.
I'm throwing a little flex with the outlaw, just trying to keep it in the middle.
I'm just trying to punch it straight, and I accidentally turned it over, but I got a little love tap.
Ooh, a little wind out there too. I think we had a little bit of a headwind on this one.
Oh, yeah. All day, man. The wind would just not leave us alone. Here goes Paige.
Paige
I'm not
does the
sure
same
if
thing
she-
that you do.
I'm not sure if
Was
she
she-
threw a mid-range or
It
what.
looked-
She turned it over, though, a little bit.
Which she does once again right here, into the right side woods. Although right side woods is probably better than left side OB.
Ooh, she found a hole, and she is through those woods.
The second shot is pretty difficult. Definitely favors the sidearm, throwing a power shot over that sidewalk OB and then fading back right.
Yeah, I tried to power it.
Jess gets a little overcooked. Dang, I've done that on this hole before. It's
Oh,
really
I did it
easy to
last time I
happen.
played this hole. I should have bumped it up to a destroyer or something.
I'm throwing my most overstable outlaw here to just keep it in bounds.
Good idea, Sarah. You should have thrown first.
Just let me know whenever. It's all good.
And she is going to get up and down from there, I think. That is
We'll
a good
see.
look.
It's pretty far though. Still, Kat's gonna have a tricky shot here. It's got to be a slight turnover without throwing it too high. It looks like she's throwing a mid.
Yeah, mid-range. I want to say it's probably 350 to the OB. So she's going to have a nice layup from there.
Just here, trying to recover. Also throwing a mid, a rock. Try to just lay it out to the middle.
This was a Firebird. And
Oh, a
unfortunately, yeah, I didn't turn it over. Supposed to turn it over.
Muggs was behind this little sandbar and was a little bit blocked, so she was trying to just kind of lay up to the front of the OB, and it just went a little bit too far, and she's OB.
Of course, she's too fast to catch her on the camera.
Throwing a Firebird, kind of over the left side OB, just trying to play it safe, give myself a look for birdie.
Great looking shot.
Jess here throwing a recovery shot. What disc is that?
I just went OB, so I'm trying to save this. This is the Leopard 3.
And you
Pins it.
part jobbed it.
I had to save it. That was for tap-in 7.
That was an awesome shot, especially after going OB twice in a row. Like, so hard to throw a good shot after that.
I was so thankful.
Kat throwing up the next shot, and that'll leave her a birdie look from 45.
45, I'd say, yeah. Muggsy coming back from going OB.
Looks like he's trying to throw it in here.
That was a great looking shot. She'll have a putt for sure.
Yeah, inside the circle.
Cat straddle putting.
For birdie. Looks like she kind of laid that up.
Yeah, I left it a little short. Oh, another
I am
shot.
not laying this up, but it might look like I am. I'm trying to make that. So Muggs from inside the circle. Saving her bogey here. See if her stroke is
Come on,
still
Paigey.
intact. Oh, little right side. She's missing a couple others right at this point. I don't know if it's the wind or just not feeling it right now.
Paige is one of the fastest players that I've ever played with. I don't know if that has anything to do with her finding her game or not, but she was playing a little bit fast, like faster than normal. So that might have been it.
Yeah, it's hard to, everybody's a little bit different on their routine. So Kat's still got a little lead. I'm trying to catch up behind her. You drop back a few, but still in it. A lot of golf left.
This is a turnover shot. It's 440 feet. So you're not really expecting to get a 2. You're just hoping to get a 3 and get out of there.
Cat gets in there pretty far, about a 70, 80 footer. Looks like a 90 footer, actually. I'm just laying up, honestly. The gap itself is about 300 feet away, so I'm not even trying to penetrate the gap. I'm just trying to leave myself in the middle, which I was really close to the middle, but made it. Made the Mando.
Yeah. You were playing to the Mando.
Yeah.
That way you could throw it from the drop zone.
And I was surprised to see you go backhand here.
I was scared of the sidearm. I know the sidearm's going to finish right, and the mandatory's on the right, so I'd rather push it on the left.
Wow, that was the best shot I've seen any woman throw on this hole.
Thanks, Sarah. I threw a Valkyrie, and I just wanted to get it high and turned over, make that gap, and kind of crushed it a little bit.
It was awesome. Paige a little bit far left, but she'll still have a look to get up and down for her birdie on this par 4. And another jokery approach shot.
I'd say this is probably your favorite upshot disc.
Yeah, that's definitely my go-to. America.
Can't go wrong with that.
Cat with a long look.
She's going hyzer. Oh,
Nice.
almost made it from
Parked
there.
for birdie. Jess with an eagle look. I thought you were gonna make this.
I thought I made it.
So close. That was so awesome.
That would have been so cool. I'm happy with a 3 though.
Yeah, me too.
Sarah tapping in her 3.
That camera woman who was like in my left side vision, she kept moving right when I was trying to like line up the shot. I was like, I wish she could like randomly move sometime. Like I was kept looking at her. I kept kind of giving her the stink eye. She
Stink eye.
didn't. She didn't move in my stroke though, so we're good.
She got the Sarah Hokom laser vision.
Actually, and Kat's caddy actually went over and chatted with her afterwards, which was really, really helpful. He goes, I'll go talk to her because he could see kind of that little play.
Yeah,
So a bunch of birdies here.
that's a good hole.
Boom! Lead card showing what's up. So we all move a little bit more under par.
You know, everyone hopes to get their 3 on that hole, but it's nearly an impossible 2. I want to say I only heard of 1.
So hole 8, 730 feet, plays out of a gap in the trees. This one is a really tough hole to get birdie. Most of the players are just playing this for par. You can see Kat is just throwing a hyzer. I think that's her X3. I'm also just throwing a hyzer. Get a little lucky through the gap, and I'm worried that he's going to go out of bounds, but thankfully the grass is long there. So, and what are you throwing out of here?
I'm throwing a destroyer. I'm just trying to put it high and out over the OB. I know it's going to come back.
What, destroyer, okay, yeah, so
Destroyer.
stable.
Paige getting a whip on it.
Throwing a
Turns
really
it
similar
over.
line.
And it comes back so nicely.
So we're all kind of set up to kind of chop our way up the fairway and just try to keep it in bounds. This the right side is all OB, and then once you get down to the green, it gets very, very dicey.
Yeah, you don't really want to push the limits on this hole. You just want to kind of pitch it your way up there.
Jess, you're throwing that same destroyer.
Yeah, I just know exactly what it's going to do.
Give it slight hyzers, coming back nice. Not playing with that OB at all.
Not at all.
There's no point, really.
Especially for your second shot. I don't see a reason to.
Bjerkaas throwing a flat shot that actually turns over into that wind and does not come back.
She was going for the green
Yeah.
on that shot.
Yeah, that's the tricky part, I guess, about this hole is if you really have the distance, do you go for the birdie even if nobody else can get it in the field?
I'm pretty sure that I can get it, but I did not want to push the limits.
Mm-hmm. Kat throwing that X3 again, really nice, solid shot.
That's a great look. She'll have an easy up shot from there.
About 150 feet or something.
I'd say so. But it's pretty windy. It's ripping out there.
So now Paige just went OB, so she advanced a little ways, but not really far. And now she
Turns
is
it
definitely
over.
trying to get to the green here. And
It
again,
doesn't come back.
that headwind is just ripping right now. See the flag? And then-
Throwing again from the same spot. A little bit more stable disc, but she turns it over hard.
At this point, her caddies tell her to throw a felon, which she does. And turns out that's stable enough for the wind. Get off that road. Okay, good.
Skips off the concrete, which is actually playing as a river this year.
Which is really weird.
I think that's weird.
I
I
think
think it
it's
should
bad.
be already a tough enough hole.
Yeah. I'm throwing a Firebird upshot here, just trying to get it close without pushing the OB.
Yeah, you know what the Firebird's going to do in the wind. I'm throwing a little Chariot upshot. I need it to hold a little bit longer than a Firebird.
Is it a gator or something? What is that?
It's in between my mortar and my KC Pro Rock. So it's a little bit stable, but not super stable.
Cat throwing her putter. Nice and low. Perfectly executed. It's kind of odd because you need to approach it a little bit higher to park it, but if you throw it too high, go off the other end and go OB.
Yeah, with that wind today, you really did not want to push going high at all. So all of us kind of just laid it up a little bit, and we're all trying to make the putt from here.
Hole 9, the 888 Monster Par 5, shooting out from the road. It's important to get the disc through that gap, and I like to end up right, but as a backhander, you probably want to end up left, but not too far left.
Yeah, I'm trying to throw backhand and turn it over, but I do want it to finish left. There is OB on the right side, but it's pretty far right. It's a cart path that plays all the way up to the basket.
I even stable up with my most stable outlaw here to fight that headwind and just end up on the right-hand side. It opens up my next shot, so I don't have to fight with the right side OB.
Yeah, that's a good play.
Paige
is also following you, but throws it a little low.
She's playing the fairway with a flat, slight turnover. Again, she's safe. Anywhere messing with those left side trees or that right side OB is just trouble.
Yeah, once you start throwing the disc a little bit higher, you're really risking which way it's gonna be finishing in the wind because you have no idea where it's gonna take you.
And with the gusts out here and the variable winds, in some parts of the fairway you get a tailwind, and other parts it ends up being a headwind. So it's really tough to judge the wind out here. All these big growth trees just kind of direct the wind in different ways. Cat with a big bomb and hyzer, she's not taking that right. She's taking that right side completely out of play.
Yeah, I'd say the third shot on this hole is probably the hardest shot on this hole. Is it par 5, I believe?
Yep.
And I'm just trying to play it safe on that left side. I'm not trying to push that right side OB.
Paige, she's about 400 feet from the pin right here. Gets caught up. But safe still. You
It's
know, I mean, that's
safe.
the right miss.
That's all you can ask for. I mean, you could ask for no wind, but not today.
I'm about, 360 from the pin here. A little, it's pushing the my distance a little bit. But
She
I
puts
managed
a move
to,
on it.
managed to keep it up in the air. In that
Right
hovering.
outside circle 1. That was a great shot. What'd you throw there, Sarah?
An outlaw. Throwing a lot of outlaws out here.
And Kat, I believe, is throwing a mid-range. She just wants it to go straight and hold as long as it can.
Beautiful shot.
Right outside circle 1.
In the semifinals, most of us got in the circle for a putt, but with this wind, it's made it really difficult to get to the green.
I'm throwing the Chariot.
Just inside the circle. Mounded green here, so it is a little bit tricky on the putting.
Yeah, when it gets windy, you're putting uphill, so it makes it a little bit tougher.
Yeah, it's just so easy to get the nose up. And Paige with a beautiful
Ooh.
approach. Whew.
Try to throw it in.
She puts that thing on a rope and just throws it. There's a kind of a variable wind out here. I'm kind of waiting for my opportunity, and I found it.
That was a great putt, Sarah.
I was pretty surprised this went in, actually. So much wind out there. My
Put it
push
high
putt.
enough with your nose down putt. That was awesome. Way to run it out.
Definitely a confidence booster there. Cat with a similar putt.
Just hyzers right before the basket.
And inside the circle, Jess with her beautiful Anheuser putt, which is pretty good in the wind. That mounded green.
You know, I was a little scared to put a little too much spin on it because I knew it would just fly over the hill.
That was Muggs tapping in her par. Cat with her par.
Tapping in.
I think this is a great hole for the women. Gives the opportunity for the birdie, but also it's easy to get the bogey.
Very easy. With all that OB all the way down the fairway.
So Kat's still in the lead at -2, and I'm on her tail, and Jess is at even.
Through the final 9, or the front 9.
Yeah!